Hello, my name is Nazeer from the Faculty of Civil Engineering Technology, and I will be demonstrating for you the expansion of a binomial cube by formula method. Okay, when we look at the expansion of a binomial cube, we have to review some information before we actually get to that expansion. What we need to review, if we have a variable raised to the first power, it is the variable itself. If we have a variable raised to the zero power, it will be positive 1. Even though the variable might be a minus, it becomes a positive 1. Let's go and look at the formula that we're going to use to expand this binomial cube. This is the factored form of the binomial cube, and I have a plus and minus sign in between there, simply because this could be plus or minus in there. The expanded form of it is right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Terms are separated by minus or plus signs. And when we look at the terms a little bit closer, we have the first term of the binomial, cube, squared, first power, zero power. You don't have to write the 1 in. If we go the other way, the second term, cube, second term is squared, second term to the first power, zero power will be 1. Okay, so that's a mental check for you when you're doing your work. Again, this is the factored form, this is the expanded form of the formula. Let's go to example 1. What we have in example 1 is x plus 5t in brackets cubed. And we want to expand it. The formula is right here for expansion. And I'm going to go about it a little bit of a longer way because I want you to understand what's going on. I mentioned before that we have 4 terms. Well, this first term really is a product. The only reason why it is not listed in the formula, anything raised to the zero power will be 1. So if we take, if we put a 1 in there, it doesn't really change very much. We have the first term cubed, the second term to the zero power, 3 times the first term squared, times the second term to the first power, and then we have 3 times the first term to the first power, the second term squared, and then for the last term of the formula, we have the first term to the zero power, which is 1, and the second term cube. Let's go and plug that into our, plug the variables into our formula. We have the first term cubed, second term. This will become 1 because it's raised to the zero power. And likewise over here, it will become 1 also. We have 3 times x squared times 5t. This will remain itself. 3 times x times 25t squared. And then this one will become 125t cubed. Okay, let's go and simplify that a little bit. I still left in the ones in there to show you that these guys actually become 1, a positive 1. Okay, that's what it looks like. Let's go to the next step. I'm going to rearrange this. Well, let's go through this a little bit. 5 x, this becomes 1. X cubed is right there. This becomes 1 right there. 3 times 5 is 15. X squared t. 3 times 25t squared x, or 75 xt squared. And then we have this is then cube times 1, which is 125t cubed. It becomes the final answer, just dropping the 1s. The final answer is there. Okay, it is nice when the sign in between the binomial is positive. All of these are positive. Let's go and do one with a negative sign in between there, which is a little bit more difficult. We have to pay special attention to the signs. Okay, again, in the previous slide, very same formula that we're going to use. We're going to set it up the very same way, nothing different there, but now we're going to plug in the variables into that system. We know that this is going to become 1, and again, when you get more familiar with this, you don't need to do this step and this step right here. You don't need to do those. We're going to take the first variable and cube it. 3 times the first variable squared times, there it is, the minus. You have to carry the minus this time. Okay? 3 times the first variable times the second variable squared. Now when we square this, it becomes positive, which doesn't change this. But when in this case, this sign will actually change. Okay? This will be squared. That doesn't change at all. And in this case here, we have a minus cubed. Anytime you cube a minus number, it remains a minus. So this sign right in here will change. Let's go to the next step. That doesn't change very much. I just place the 1 in its place. And we have 49 there times 3, which will give you 147, times minus v, which makes this a minus. So 1 minus 147v. And for the next one, we have 21 times v squared. So it becomes a positive 21v squared. And for the last one, that right there will become a minus right there in the next step. And that's what it is. Okay? We're going to simplify this by putting it in descending power. So I brought the v out there and just rearranging. That's all I'm doing. Positive, that goes there, and that goes in the end. Now, you have the option of actually changing that minus sign to a positive by multiplying the entire equation, the entire formula, by minus 1. But that's an option that is not necessary in this case. I hope that this presentation helps you with your studies. Thank you. Bye-bye.